Hi, welcome. It is Monday, August 25th. It's time for my weekly weigh-in. Yes, not a bi-weekly, but a weekly. I went 2 weeks in a row. Yay! Happy I did because my coach was still there. So this was his last meeting until like for 14 weeks. He's starting his class. Next Monday, Weight Watchers is going to be closed. So there's no virtual and no in-person meeting. So I'm not sure what day I'm going to go, but figure out when I'm going to be working and just working away in, I hope. Want to keep up the momentum, right? So sorry about the lighting. I don't know if I have to apologize, but it's been warm for the last week and it's going to still be a little warm. So I don't have air conditioning. I have a small fan blowing, but I got to keep it kind of shady in here. I don't want to be all hot in the lights, so I know. So this week at Weight Watchers, the weekly kind of tied into where I'm at right now. Specifically, it was about identifiers and stuff like that. Name like 3 things that you identify as, that type of thing. And they kind of geared it towards activity at the virtual meeting on my Sunday meeting, because I do go to a Sunday virtual meeting and then I go to my in-person meeting. But basically, I'm not a person who likes to think things about myself. What am I? Those kind of things. I'm like a person who needs a purpose, like most people. And so I don't like labels. I'm not really into that. So at the in-person meeting, it kind of clicked with me. In fact, because it was like, so where were you before you came back to Weight Watchers? And I'm going to hone in on this past year, where July 27th of 2024, I made a terrible mistake, a decision that just put me into a real sadness and a place where I didn't want to be. I got a little cocky and I quit my job, and I really liked my job and I really regretted quitting it, but I moped around for like 10 months, and I think so before I was doing great. I had lost 28.8 pounds. I was doing great until then. And then, well, you can see I don't know if you can see it if I put it up here. You can't see the wiggly line. Oh, there, you can kind of see it for a second there. It goes down, then it goes up, and now it's going down again. But, let's see. So I was weighing in sporadically. September, October, I was weighing. I was gaining, losing, gaining, losing, gaining, losing. November, same thing. December, same thing. And then January, February, I was kind of gaining and losing until March 12th of 2025 was the last meeting I had gone to until July 14th of 2025. So from the March 12th to the July 14th, I gained 9.8 pounds. So that's where I was before I returned back to Weight Watchers. That's, I wasn't in a good place. I'm identifying my situation and looking at myself and thinking, you know what? I know I had to get back because I almost gained every single pound back. I had a 9.8 pound gain from that March 12th meeting until July 14th. And since July 14th, I'm down 9.4. So I have 0.4 more to lose to get to that same weight I was at March 12th. So I'm looking at and identifying where I'm at today is, well, gaining that weight, my hip was hurting, and now losing those 9.6 pounds that I've lost, no, 9.4 pounds that I've lost so far since returning. my hip isn't bothering me anymore, so I can go out and walk. And then identifying myself about where I want to be like 6 months from now. I want to have that 30-pound pin. I want that. I was at how much I only had 1.2 pounds that I needed to lose back in July to get to that 30-pound pin. That's my goal. Get that 30-pound pin. So I got a bit to go. But that's what I'm looking as where I want to be, and I want to be back actively walking and everything else that I've been doing. I've had a couple walks. I haven't been real good about my activity as of late because, unfortunately, I've had this toothache. I was able to go to the dentist on Friday, and they took an x-ray, and I got antibiotics, but the tooth is very stressed out. It's already had a root canal. He didn't want to just pull it for me. He wants to wait and see if it calms down and if we can keep it, because it's on a bridge. I already have a partial that I'm not wearing right now. That's these teeth, and then I'm missing a tooth here, but it hooks. The partial hooks on that one tooth that's hurting, and then also on the back molar, and then there's a fake. It's a bridge. There's a fake tooth, and then these two teeth, and that's where my partial hooks on. So if I do have to get it pulled, my partial can be added to with teeth, but they would hope not to. It's not hurting as bad today as it was the past few days, so I'm getting better. But, oh, Marianne, you're talking about where you were, where you are, where you're going, but you didn't say what your weigh-in was. Okay. So I'm down 2.2 pounds in this week. So with everything that was going on, I'm telling you, I couldn't, and I didn't starve myself. I didn't lose 2.2 pounds by starving myself. I ate mashed potatoes. But what I didn't do was go get macaroni and cheese and pile on all that other stuff. Typically, if I have a toothache or get a, typically I'd go have some snack pack puddings or Stouffer's mac and cheese, which is really high in calories and fat and things of that nature. But I did go out for a small mashed potato at a Pollo Loco. It was only 100 calories, so I know it has carbs, but it's potatoes, and for 100 calories, it hit the spot with a small chicken tortilla soup without the tortillas. I can't chew the tortillas. I mean, I couldn't bite. I couldn't bite down on this side. I couldn't even chew steel cut oats. I have some instant oats in there. I think I mentioned that on my last video. I did buy some instant plain oats that I can have for breakfast if I don't have the eggs. I can eat the eggs. I can put my partial in. I just took it out after breakfast, cleaning it up for lunch. I'm going to go out and get a salad and see if I can eat a salad. I didn't buy a bunch of salad stuff because I don't want to waste the lettuce and things if I can't really chew it. If not, I'll just keep having soup. Soup is fine, mashed potatoes. Really, potatoes are 0 points, so I can just put light sour cream on it, a little salt and pepper, and I'm good to go. Not a big deal, but I don't feel like cooking because it's hot, so that's why I went. It was after I went to church Saturday evening because I had to drive my son to the depot. He took off on a trip for a few days, so I dropped him off, and I'm gonna pick him up in a couple days. So I usually go to mass at 8 in the morning, but his transportation left at 8 in the morning, so I wasn't going to make it back in time. So got all the laundry done Saturday, and then went to mass at the evening mass on Saturday. And after mass, I just went to Pollo Loco. They got a small chicken tortilla soup, which was really good. They just pulled their chicken and put it in there. There was a small chicken bone in there. Luckily, I didn't bite on it because that would have killed. Oh, it would have really hurt. So fortunately, I noticed the bone. But the soup was so good. So I went to the grocery store, and last night I had they have the Panera soups in the refrigerated section. I got some chicken tortilla soup, and theirs had like beans and stuff in it. So I'm getting protein and a little bit of chicken and stuff. I mean, I was eating calories. Don't worry about me not eating. I was eating fudgesicle. I was healthy choice fudgesicle, which is 100 calories. I was having that. I do have some cottage cheese. I didn't get into the cottage cheese yet, but I have some cottage cheese and I bought some peaches and water. I just have to have soft food for right now. But I'm going to try a salad, see if that bothers me. I hate to do it too early and then put it into shooting pain again, but it's calming down. I was able to eat an English muffin at breakfast, but that's using these teeth. But I have to say, Thursday after work, I went through Taco Bell and just got a bean and cheese burrito. No meat, nothing. And with my fake teeth, and that pain, I couldn't chew the tortilla, so it's easier to chew an English muffin than a tortilla. Tortillas are pretty chewy, yeah. So I guess that's why. So that's the situation I'm in right now. How do you look at yourself? Where have you been? How far have you come? And where are you going? Where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself? Let us know in the comments. So, like I said, sorry, I'm smacking my lips. Not sure when I'll be weighing in next week. Maybe I'll go to my Wednesday. It depends when I can get a shift. This week was crazy. I couldn't get any shifts until Friday. So, I'm working Friday and Saturday. Maybe if somebody drops a shift, I'll pick up a shift. If not, I got plenty to do at home. Not a big deal. I'll just rest and get feeling better. And it's already feeling better. I don't know why he gave me antibiotics, because usually, I guess it was inflamed, maybe infected, but usually, well, they're not going to give me another root canal. If it doesn't calm down and go away, then I'm going to be in for it. I'll end up on a liquid diet because I wouldn't be able to hook up my teeth to anything for a bit if I get this tooth pulled. I can't eat with my front teeth. They'll all break. I'll be sipping broth and mashed potatoes. No macaroni and cheese, though. I think I could chew a noodle, but not a tortilla. Tortilla chips, with my partial, I'm able to eat like popcorn or chips, but not something hard like a cracker. I'd have to dip the cracker and soak it and get it soggy, but I like the crunch. I like the crunch, and how this happened, I was eating too many nuts on this side. I was eating almonds, and I don't even like almonds, but they were in my mixed nuts, and with fake teeth and crowns, almonds are kind of, no. They have to be slivered, finely cut. They're a really hard nut. Pecans don't give me any issue. But I think that's where I went wrong when I was eating those hard crackers, those seed crackers with a lot of seeds. I think the seeds were going down in that's gross. But I did a number on my jaw. Still getting some nerve pain that shoots up here. It was going in my ear, up this side. But I am happy that I didn't cave and get the pudding and a bunch of ice cream and macaroni and cheese. I opted for mashed potatoes and soup, I could eat beans too, but it's just going to be a lot of carbs. Got to get some protein in there. The eggs are protein. I can have cottage cheese. And I have yogurt, which I got to eat the yogurt to get because I'm taking an antibiotic, so I got to counter the bacteria eliminating process from the antibiotics. I got to kind of support my gut somehow. It's been okay so far. I'm just grateful it's not feeling so bad now. And I should be able to go on a walk soon without... Yeah, Marianne, just take a pain reliever. No, the reason I don't take a pain reliever, if it was abscessed and that kind of pain is worse than childbirth. That's why I knew it wasn't abscessed at that point, because it wasn't sensitive to hot food or hot drinks, and the pain is bearable. It's bearable. But if I eliminate the pain artificially with a pain reliever, I'm going to chew on it and it's not going to get rest and it's going to stay stressed. So keeping the pain keeps me from doing something stupid. Okay. So, but it's not too bad right now. It's just a little sore. Yesterday was pretty sore. Today's just, as long as I don't do anything crazy. Like I'll chew the salad mostly on this side but some's gonna get over on the other side. If it's bothering me, I'll just stop and make some soup. But I gotta get some greens. I'm not gonna juice a bunch of greens. I want that fiber. I'll get the fiber from the potatoes and the oatmeal. I have to have I love the steel-cut oats, but that was weird not being able to choose steel-cut oats. But anyway, that's enough rambling. Fortunately, I'm not going to commit to what meeting I'm going to go to next week because I don't know my schedule. But I did go today. I was down 2.2. Yay, 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 because I didn't track the past few days. I didn't track. I just ate what I could eat. I wasn't starving myself, but I ate what I could eat. And I actually went to work Thursday night. Somebody dropped their shift. It was like 3:15 to 7:15. I picked up that shift just so I wouldn't have to sit here in my hot apartment. I mean, I could go cruise the mall, but I don't really feel like being in crowds right now. But even with a toothache, I went to work and was a lot more comfortable instead of sitting here in the heat dwelling over my toothache and worrying about the dentist the next day. And then I opened Friday morning before I went to the dentist. I'm just grateful. My dentist is on vacation and out of town. So her ex-husband, who was my dentist before her, was taking over for her on Fridays till she gets back. So he had a big surgery he had to do, but he was kind enough to let me squeeze me in just to x-ray and take a look to see what's going on. And he knows me. He could have said, let's pull it now and let's make all this other stuff and make myself a bunch of money, but he's looking out for me, so I like that. That's why I go there. Looking out for me without the torture. I have this one lady, my insurance that I had a few years ago didn't cover them, and I was paying out of pocket, but it covered other places, and the other place I went, it was devastating. I went crawling back begging, please take me back. I'm just going to pay out of pocket. But now I have some good dental insurance that really helps out a lot. And I haven't had a lot of major stuff to get done since I've had the insurance, but I have it just in case. But anyway, 18 minutes already. Sorry about that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Give me a like if you like it. And we'll see you next time. It's already going to be Labor Day next Monday. Wow. The Burr months are here in 1 week. Thank you for watching.